Association presented by Caesar Sportsbook. MJ Acosta-Ruiz here with Robin Lopez and our resident coach, David Fizdale. Okay, New York Knickerbockers.
Oof.
Getting it done. What a way to cap off the second game and at the Garden. Let's get you right to the highlights from a spicy Game 2. Assists. Josh Hart recorded a playoff career high with 26 points. Cleveland now down 2-0 in the series. Here's Josh Hart after his big game.
Josh, after not playing much down the stretch in Game 1, just how good did this game feel you tonight? 26 points, playoff career high.
Yeah, man, it felt good. The thing I'm most happy about is I started 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 from 3, and I just kept shooting. I'm putting the work in, and I just got to go out there and play with confidence, so it felt good.
What was your mindset when they just kept leaving you open to shoot?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that's what the game plan was going to be, and I've just been working. In the gym with Joe, Peter Patton, our shooting coach, just getting reps, so I'm just trying to make sure, I shoot the ball with confidence and, just believe in my work.
You heard the ovation from this crowd when you left the court. And after Game 1, you said you didn't like not playing down the stretch, but you would do whatever it takes for this team. What is it about this team that makes you say that? Because a lot of people can say that, but they don't really mean it. What is it about this team that makes you say that?
I think it's just the character that we have of the guys in the locker room. For me, I said it for years, man. I'm a servant to these guys. I'm big in my faith. I pray for humility all the time, and I really feel like I don't have an ego. That got burned out my heart a long time ago, and I'm out here to serve these dudes.
2-0 series lead heading to Cleveland. How do you pack this up and take it on the road?
We can't be happy with, being up 2-0. This team was just down 2-0. Last series they came back, so we got to go out there. We know they're going to have a sense of urgency, a sense of desperation, and we can't just match it. We have to exceed it. So we got to learn from film tomorrow and get ready for a tough one.
Thanks, Josh. We'll see you in Cleveland.
And you guys scored 27 points in the first quarter and didn't reach that number in the next 3. Why do you think you struggled offensively tonight?
We didn't shoot the ball well. I thought we had a lot of good looks. Good looks from 3. Good looks at the rim. I thought our process was right. Took care of the ball. Offensive rebounded. I think wasn't a great shooting night. At the end of the day, you got to put the ball in the hole. Tonight we didn't.
What do you think you can do to get the bigs more involved?
Yeah, get it to them in the pocket more, in the pick and roll. But they, it's a little bit like they're sucking in. They're in the paint, and I thought we did a great job hitting the perimeter guys. Bunch of swings, bunch of wide open threes. You gotta kind of take what the defense gives you. Obviously, they're trying to take away those guys. So I think if we would have made some shots early, it could have loosened them up a little. But we never found the accuracy tonight.
Brunson obviously didn't have as big of a scoring night, but 14 assists. Just kind of what did you see out there?
That's what great players do, right? They read the game. And the game dictated that. Obviously, we were loaded up more to him, and he found other guys. So we just got to find that balance. But 14 assists. But credit to him, right? Took away some of his scoring options, blitzed him, gave him different looks. He made the right reads, right place.
You guys have been obviously much better at home throughout the postseason. So kind of what gives you the confidence that
yeah.
going back there, you can sort of flip this downstairs and down?
Listen, we're could easily stole Game 1. I thought our process was right tonight. So that gives me confidence going home. Obviously we got the great home crowd, have played well at home in the playoffs. So, we need to get our legs under us, quite honestly. We know their rest advantage. So, getting home always helps with that. But definitely probably didn't have the juice tonight that we needed to, which is kind of, is going to hit it sometime.
To that point, you agreed with Lisa at halftime that you didn't think Donovan was moving quite.
Yeah, but then after halftime, I thought he was moving well. So there's, Don, he's not complaining about it to me. But I, did see him, trying to work through it. Probably some stiffness, but I asked him if he wanted to come out in the fourth quarter, and he's like, I'm fine. So I think he's fine.
And then the other thing I wanted to follow up on, like you said, you got to find a balance, and you were talking more about loading up on Brunson. So does that mean that Hart got loose tonight? For
sure, you got to pick your poison. That's what the playoffs are about, right? You gotta kind of pick, pick players or player that you got to help off of. So, those are the choices you make in the playoffs.
Pre-game, you talked to us about the idea of when the bigs get more touches, it unlocks extra, whatever chemistry, I think is the word you used. Then you said the second half, they were making the right read offensively, passing over the top for threes, but obviously they get to have that chemistry unlocked.
Yeah.
I think it was 0 shots for Mobley after halftime. Is there anything to be done to still work him through?
Yeah. I mean, we got to look at it because that's obviously as well as Evan played in the first half. He should have more shots. Again, I could just say they were really tagging our rollers. They are in there. And, my big kind of preaching to them these past day or two is hit the open man, and I felt like they did that. So, we'll have to look at it. Of course, always got the offensive boards. Can we get out and transition more? That would be another way. But yeah, you're right, Dave. We got to find a way to get them involved more, even with the defense they're playing.
All right, so the Knicks take care of home court and go up 2-0 in the series. Tonight's hero for New York, as predicted by Coach, Josh Hart, who continually made the Caps pay for leaving him open, making 5 threes. The game was only Knicks up at 4 at halftime, but the Knicks really pulled away in that second half. They knew they had to really create even more space with this Caps team, Coach. But yeah, you called Josh Hart the X Factor before we even got into the postseason. You knew he would be a crucial piece. Why was that?
He's a winner, and he's got all of the skill sets, right? But he just plays his role. But when the game asks him to score, he scores. If the game asks him to rebound, he rebounds, defends. He gives you whatever the game needs. And, tonight they kept leaving him open. And although he started off 0 for 3, he's not the kind of guy that lingers in the past. And he's just trying to help his team win, and what you saw was a great performance.
Yeah, I love that he said that post-game with Lisa Salters. My ego's gone a long time ago. I'm just here to serve these guys. And you can see his unselfishness on the court, and it paid off for him with dividends today, Robin.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of frustrating how wide open they were leaving him.
We were like, what?
Like, these players weren't even under the same government jurisdiction. It was ridiculous. Like any NBA player, like if you give them time in space,
can make a shot.
They're going to knock that down. You at least got to at some point close out to him, get a hand up.
Yeah, no question. Coaches, we're looking at Brunson here, really becoming a playmaker for others. We saw this similarly in your phys tech in relation to SGA and the adjustments that he has to make. He after scoring 38 last game, still ended with a double-double today, 14 assists, and that was intentional.
The fact that he anticipated that they were going to adjust and start doing that after having a great game, right?
Yeah.
He comes out, he's patient. And, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. The Knicks are going to go as far as Jalen Brunson passes, as much as KAT passes. Last series, it was KAT. This series now is Jalen.
Right.
Just get your other guys involved, because they arguably have the best starting 5 in the league.
Right.
Like, you could put that starting 5 up against anybody position by position. And so just trust the pass. And, these guys are going to make solid basketball plays. None of them take bad shots. They always hit the open man. So him trusting those guys and making those plays tonight, that's going to go a long way in them succeeding.
Yeah. On the other side of this, Coach Atkinson said, we didn't shoot the ball well. Yes, Coach. Very Direct and simple quote, very succinct, thank you. But what were the Cavs missing in this game compared to game one where they were really dominant for most of it?
Two things for me. I think their role players, unlike the Knicks, aren't hitting shots. Sam Merrill, Max Strus aren't hitting shots. But I think they're just missing that extra edge, man. The Knicks on the defensive end are draped all over the Cavs, and I'm not seeing the same thing reciprocated with the Cavs on the defensive end.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'll tell you the one thing, with the people that the Knicks are putting on the floor and the way that Jalen Brunson is bringing it defensively, there's no one to really go after. Whereas they are making a deliberate effort to go after James Harden, right? And that's really carving them up. They got to find out a solution to this because they've already played it straight up. Now they've played it where they're switching and then they go back and trap, which I didn't think their traps were soft traps. They didn't even really trap them. They just sat back.
They absolutely were soft traps.
And they were letting, Jalen Brunson Brady just, throw those little short passes over the top in his bucket all day, right? And so they're going to have to create more disruption. They're going to have to put more duress on him. An option might be straight up is just trap the initial pick and roll with James Harden. Don't switch it. Just trap. I would trap every pick and roll with Jalen Brunson, to be honest with you, whoever he brought into the pick and roll. But instead of switching it, sitting back, now he's just like, okay, boom, right in the middle. Like he was just, it was like a zone. You kept saying, it's a zone, it's a zone. And that he saw that, and he kept hitting his guys hard. All those other guys right in the middle for those easy floaters.
Yeah, whatever they do, they got to turn up the dial on it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Jalen Brunson Brady is hilarious. Okay, let's get back out to the podium. Donovan Mitchell has taken lead. Was she? She was. Kristen Taylor. Let's get you out to the podium and hear from Donovan Mitchell.